Hey guys, welcome to our Ambiance Realty podcast premiere. So this is our first Ambiance Realty podcast, and we want to create this podcast along here with my co-host here, Syl.
Hello, guys.
And as you know, we started Ambiance Realty about 9 years ago. A lot of years in the making, and we wanted to wait till we were ready to create this podcast for Ambiance Realty, and this is going to be all about real estate.
Right.
So a lot of people are wondering, like, man, what's going on with the market? Is the economy good? Is the economy bad? Should I buy now? Should I buy next year when the rates come down? So we're going to give you all the answers so that you guys know when you should buy. And all you ladies, you know, you and your husband can plan your purchase of your house.
Yeah.
We're going to have some questions. We're going to have people on the Zoom, and you guys can ask us live questions and all that. So my answer to that question right now is the best time to buy is right now. All right. It's right now because right now, you know, the rates, they're a little higher. So right now you could get a better deal because there's less competition. And then the holidays are here. So you want to take advantage of that and get a better deal right now, because if you wait for the rates to come down next year, you're going to pay 10% more for your house. And then you're going to get a lower rate, yes, but you're going to pay 10% more. But you're going to have a lot of competition. The house of your dreams is not going to be there probably because somebody else is going to get it. So you should buy right now, because if not, look, you might be saying, well, I'm going to buy next year because the rate's going to be a little lower and my payment's going to be $150 less a month. If you multiply that by 6, how much is that?
Not a lot.
You know how much is that?
125.
150 for a month. Obviously, Syl's not
Either are you. Either are you.
So more. So more.
It's like $900.
More or less, like it's like $900. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you remember when I said that. That's why. She's a little cheater too. So $900. So you're gonna save $900 in 6 months. In 6 months, your house is gonna go. It's gonna go up more than $900.
Right.
Now, if you wait a year, that's $1,800. So in a year, your house is gonna be worth way more than $1,800. So that's why it doesn't make sense. Just get a higher rate right now, slightly higher, and get your house, get a better deal. And then next year, you could always refinance the interest rate. You can't refinance the purchase price, but you could refinance the interest rate. So the best deal is to buy right now. Make sure you buy right now before it's too late. What do you have to say about buying now versus buying later, Syl?
Well, look, people always ask, is it a good time to buy? It's always a good time to buy real estate if you can qualify for it and if you can afford the mortgage payment. There's no question about it. Real estate is the best investment anybody can make, you know, and for people that, you know, their income isn't exactly where they want it to be, how can I start investing? So we're going to be covering all of these topics, you know, throughout the life of this podcast. And we're going to bring real life scenarios. We're going to bring information on different types of financing. If you're a first time buyer, if it's your second house, if you want to build your portfolio, if, you know, you don't know where to start and you only have a little bit of money, maybe your income isn't where you want it to be, but how could just regular people start investing? You know, I bought my first property with 3.5 down, and it was a 4-unit property. Best purchase I've ever made in my life. And he bought 3 units as well as his first purchase. And the goal is to acquire doors, right? Because if you start by buying your dream house, let's just say, or, you know, a starter home that's going to lead you to your dream house, it's not very likely, you know, that you'll be able to save 25% down to buy an investment property. So we have all the tips, all the hacks, real life testimonials of our own clients, you know, our agency, their clients, their experiences, and how they've been able to build their portfolio with not a lot of money, you know, and it's just, real estate is amazing. That's the reason I became a realtor when I met him, because I love real estate. I'm like, real estate, it's real. It's there. You can't really, you know, spend it. You can't blow it. You could burn it down, but insurance will take care of that. So you don't have to be so smart to acquire a property a year, nor do you have to make a whole lot of money. You just have to know how to leverage money And there's so many programs out there that are helping people. Right now, I think it's 0 down payment. We had a client recently close with $5,000. That's it. That's what they brought to the closing table. Imagine that. I think most of us can save $5,000 no matter how much income we make, in a yearly basis to be able to achieve the same results as our client. What are your thoughts?
What happened to your hair?
Nothing. Why?
It's like all over the place. Like it's going, like I'm getting distracted. It's going down to the back. Then you have like
it's because it's bouncy. I did my hair today. I don't normally brush my hair, so it's a.
It reminds me of the Addams Family.
Albert,
you ever seen the Addams Family?
Focus.
Yeah, I was just asking her about her hair. Like, it's all over the place, like the Addams Family.
I'm gonna record content. That's why.
But look. This is gonna be short, 30 minutes. We're gonna do 30 minutes for in English, and then we're gonna have Ambiance Realty Podcast in Espanol and Spanish for another 30 minutes. But our plan here is because we have, one of the biggest real estate companies that exist in
California,
and we want to show you by giving you examples of all the transactions we're closing, what kind of loans our buyers are getting, and how fast we're finding them homes, selling homes, and all of that, like real time. Nobody better than us to put it out there because, there's other companies out there, but there's no real estate companies that have the platform on social media like us. And we want to be able to use our influence to give you the knowledge, give you with facts,
information,
what's really going on, because you'll hear a lot of stupid
advice,
bad advice, and in the news, or maybe you'll find it on TikTok, but they don't really even own a real estate company. They're not even doing it. They're just kind of giving people their ideas, and we're actually doing it every day. Every day we're closing deals. Every day we're closing escrows, and we see it like live what's going on here at the company. And Syl runs, Ambiance Realty, and we have so many realtors here. By the way,
producing realtors.
if you are a realtor out there and you're watching this Ambiance Realty podcast, reach out to us. We're looking to add more real estate agents here. And, all we ask is for you to have good core values. We're looking for good agents, core values, ethical agents, obviously integrity, good attitude, loyalty, and hard workers. So if you're a realtor watching this, come join us. And if you watch this here on the live, remember that tomorrow we are having our Thanksgiving potluck and you are invited. Just have to send me a DM and put Ambiance Realty. Just put Ambiance and I'll invite you tomorrow for a company Thanksgiving potluck if you're a real estate agent. Now for you watching, if you're thinking about like, man, you know what? I'm going to wait a little bit for the rates to come down. Well, let me tell you something. The rates, I feel like they're starting to come down. And they're going to start coming down little by little. So don't wait till they come down more, or don't wait till people find out that they're coming down, because we're looking at what's going on and the rates have been coming down a little bit. It's the start of it. And if you wait longer, you're going to have a lot of competition. We're going to have a lot of offers out there. So take advantage right now of the holidays. It's the best time to buy. Don't wait till next year because it's going to be too late. How do you feel about 2024 in real estate?
I think that it's going to be a great opportunity for the people, the realtors that, treat this as a business. And it's going to be a great place for qualified buyers to really get into, investing or that home they've been, dreaming of buying. And real estate is always going up, right? We have our little dips and then it continues to go up. So if you're waiting for the right time, it's never really the right time. I always tell my clients, if you can afford this mortgage payment, you're good. You're not married to the rate. You are married to the purchase price. That's why it's so important during the holidays, we sell a ton of homes because we encourage our clients to look when everybody's nesting, right? Because there's more opportunity, when other people are distracted by the holidays. And it's like Thanksgiving is one day, Christmas is one day, New Year's is one day, but the world seems to stop. It just goes After Thanksgiving, during Thanksgiving, a week before Thanksgiving, everything goes to a standstill. At least that's been my experience in this industry, which I've been in since I was 22. I'm 37, so it's been quite some time, and this is my world. This is all that I know. So I tell people, take advantage of that opportunity because, you know, you're not going to be competing with as many buyers. You're not going to be competing with that many offers, and you might have, you know, more leverage with your negotiations through your offer, right? If you have a good realtor, of course. So it's just important to go for it. You know, don't be afraid. Don't listen to the news. You know, really stay away from almost all the advice you're going to be getting, because people that have a lot of opinions and a lot of advice to give normally are in no position to be given advice. So just watch the source of your advice, and if you can afford to rent, you more than likely can afford to buy. So, you know, just get qualified, reach out to us. I'd be happy to connect you. We have, again, amazing realtors, amazing lenders in the company who are professionals, and they'll give you all your options. They'll lay them all out for you. And then it's really a decision that you as a buyer have to make, you know, because if you're planning on buying in 2024, just buy now. Start the process now. See where you stand now. You know, don't wait till 2024, because who knows, you might have already been in your house by January, end of January. And I think it's going to be a great year. I think that properties, real estate, it's always a good investment to make, because you could just keep acquiring this, you know, these properties, this portfolio of yours that one day you could retire. One day you don't have to go back to, you know, work or whatnot, because you're having your real estate work for you. You're having your tenants,
but you know what?
Pay off the mortgage for you.
Also, it's very important for people watching this. Like, if they want to reach out to us, if you want to sell your house or if you want to buy a house, DM us Ambiance. Send us a message, Ambiance, and we're going to help you out. Just DM Ambiance or comment below Ambiance, and then we'll reach out to you. Okay. But also real estate companies out there. There is no real estate company that's even close to us and being the biggest on social media. Like no real estate company is bigger than us on social media. So it's very important, especially moving to 2024. You want to work with a company that's big on social media, because, hey, billboards, just being out and meeting people, your circle of influence, people face to face, that's going away, because everybody now is online. Everybody's online using technology. True. Social media is the biggest, and then the following, wait till the metaverse starts taking over. There's a lot of things that everything's just going to be online, and if you don't have any influence online, then you're working with the wrong agent. Like, we want to have you here with Ambiance so that we can help you and have so much access to everything that's on social media. Now, what we're going to do with the next episodes is we want to premiere it right now, because, you know, I started as a loan officer, and then Syl started as a realtor, and that's how we fell in love. And then we had babies and all that, but I was the lender, she was a realtor. And here with Ambiance, we also have a partnership with the mortgage guys, who pay for your appraisal. So if you're thinking about buying a house or selling a house, appraisals can be another big expense, you know, $600-700, $800 sometimes, that the mortgage guys is going to cover. So we work here very closely. You come here, if you come visit us, you have your mortgage, you have your real estate. We even have an escrow company across the street. So you get everything here at a discount, and then we're the owners. So we're going to give you an extra discount. If you heard about us here at the Ambiance Realty podcast, we're going to give you family and friends discount. So you guys are going to get like premier pricing. You're going to be taken care of really well. And also every podcast episode that we have, we're going to bring another co-host. So it's going to be Syl for the most part. Syl is going to be here with one of our top agents. And then you're going to hear real-time stories about like, hey, agent, so what happened last week? Oh, you know what? I just closed this deal and I had to go here. I had to rush to the city. I had to get some permits, and then we wired money like right before the deadline, and boom, we closed it. And then we gave the keys to the buyer at 3 p.m. and bam, bam, bam. So you're going to get all these real-time stories about how we're making deals work. Like, we have people that are getting the 100% financing. We have people that are buying with ITIN numbers. We have so many
programs.
Cool programs that the mortgage guys offer. But not only that, like there's just so many ways of getting your offers accepted, so many ways of getting your home sold quicker. A lot of it has to do with the online presence, the social media. So we are just very excited here because we really been wanting to do this for a long time, but we waited 9 years, 9 years of the company being active in business for us to put this together because we wanted to make sure that we had everything squared away. But Syl, why don't you tell people, like, why did you start in real estate? I know this is your company. How did you start in real estate? What made you become a realtor?
I've always loved real estate, and I grew up in a tiny 1-bedroom, 1-bath apartment. I wish I knew the square footage, but tiny, I'm sure I could look it up. Tiny, tiny, tiny place, right? So for me, having my own room, you know, seeing big, beautiful houses, it was just a dream like that I always had as a little girl, you know, wishing that, you know, I could live in a house like the ones I saw in the novelas, the soap operas my grandma used to watch. So it just, I don't know, I've just always loved real estate. I love homes. I love, you know, everything that has to do with real estate, you know, the flooring, the decor. I mean, you name it and I love it, you know. So when I met him and he's like, oh, I do loans. I was like, oh, I've always wanted to do real estate. So then he introduced me to a realtor, and fast forward to today, here we are. It's crazy how that works, but it's just life, you know. I think when you grow up and you dream about having a certain lifestyle or a certain home or even just a bedroom. I'm sure those of you that grew up super poor can understand. I just always wanted my own room and a beautiful house. And I wondered why we didn't have that. So, you know, with a realtor I used to know, I would go and look at homes, and when I was in high school, and I remember this one house right by my high school. We went to go look at it. It's in Baila Puente High School in Hacienda Heights. And I remember being in it. So he opened it with the Supra and we went into the property. And I remember walking through this hallway that on the bottom, they had koi fishes, like a pond that ran through the property. And then I was walking through the little bridge that it had, and it's made out of glass. So I just always remember that day that I was like, man, this is amazing. This is even before I'm like, oh, I could be a realtor, until I met him. So just real estate has just always been a dream of mine, and I love it. And I love catering to people and helping families, you know, get into their homes.
And what we want to build with this Ambiance Realty podcast is we want to be able to have you like ask questions and come up here, and because like we know what we know and we know what we think you might know, you might want to know, but we also want to hear from you because we don't know what you're thinking. Sometimes you're scared because you're like, you know what? They're saying that the market's going to crash. So we want to squash that and tell you the real truth. Some of you might be scared like, you know what? I don't want to get a high payment right now, but there's other ways, you know, like right now you could ask for credits, and then you could get those credits and you could use it to get like a 2-1 buy down, 3-1 buy down, which is going to get you a lower payment for now. And then every year it goes up a little bit. But then if it goes up a little bit in a year or two, you could always refinance when the rates are lower. So you're never going to really see the higher payment. So there's just a lot of ways to structure your deal. And we just want to bring all those answers to you because like when I was a little kid, we always struggled. Me coming from a Mexican family, my parents came from Mexico, and they never were able to buy a house because they just had a bad realtor and they had a bad lender. So that's what motivated me first to get into real estate and mortgage. I wanted to make sure that at least my people, you know, my people didn't have to go through the same thing that I went through. And my family, my parents more than anything. So we just want to give you the knowledge, but we want to know what you, like all your questions are. What is your main purpose for this Ambiance Realty podcast, Syl?
To give everybody the information that they need to understand that anybody can have a huge portfolio in real estate by the time you're 80, 60 years old. You know, it's just having the right people to work with, understanding that with the right company, the right agents, the right lender, it's a possibility, you know, because I do know a lot of people get discouraged. And for example, for us, I love making the impossible happen. And what this means is, let's say you get denied for a home loan. Well, our team can prepare you to know exactly what to do, to be ready in 3 months, 6 months, I don't know, a year maybe. It just depends. Every scenario is different, but the goal is to have a plan that you can follow that has actionable steps to get you to the end result, which is acquiring that real estate property. And, you know, real estate investing, it's a beautiful thing, you know. It's literally making money while you sleep, having your money work for you while you sleep, while you're with your family, you know, not necessarily at work all day, but think about it. One day you'll be able to retire. It just depends. If you have your own business, you know, it's a separation that happens over time, whether you're planning to just grow your business or exit out or whatever. Everyone is different. So if real estate investing is something you've been interested in, we can 100% help you get there. And some people, you know, we have a client right now. He just wants to buy the commercial space that he's leased from for a lot of years, you know, and we're looking for the best options for him because to him, it makes sense to buy the actual dealership. And the owner is like, I want to sell it. And it just turns out that this opportunity came out of nowhere, and commercial, you know, hard money financing is a little bit different, you know, but we're getting him the best options and he's excited. You know, he does have a property where he can pull money from, which is also exciting because sometimes we get an opportunity, but we don't have enough capital. So then our job is to get you with the perfect plan to make the end result happen, which is what? To acquire the space where he's been leasing for so long. It would be a game changer for his business. So, you know, just things like that is exciting. It's exciting to help people. I love helping people. So
somebody asked if they're 44 years old, if they could become a realtor and if they still have hope.
Yes, absolutely.
What would be your answer for that?
If there's a will, where there's a will, there's a way. 44, age is just a number. It's just a number, right? If you're willing to put in the work, to innovate, to do whatever it takes to be able to change with, you know, the industry and how it's changing, then you'll have no problem. You know, the main issue that I see is that a lot of people, they want all this success, but they don't want to work for it. And that's just not reality. There's no secret pill. There's no magic potion. If there ever is, I promise I'll be the first to let you guys know. But as of now, it's just hard work, working smart, hard as well, because there's no way around, you know, working hard. It's inevitable. Of course, if you want to reach a certain level of success, but if you're willing to change, I mean, change is good all the time, and all the time change is good. You know, people just don't like change because it creates anxiety, and the unknown is like right there with change. So you just got to believe in yourself, believe in your abilities, and be willing to put in the work and understand that this is a long road to success. It's not going to be overnight.
And you know, here at Ambiance Realty, like we have real, legit real estate agents. Yeah. Just so you know, like you're producers. In good hands. We don't have incompetent agents, right? From other companies that are more focused on recruiting and not producing. You don't want to work with one of those incompetent agents because they just want to recruit other people that don't produce, and they don't produce. So it's a combination of a bunch of non-producers. Right. So what does that tell you? Maybe you're a consumer, you're watching and you want to buy a house. Imagine working with those agents that don't have any, they don't practice real estate. Right. And if they practice real estate, it's very limited because they're out there focused on recruiting. They're running like a multi-level marketing company. So that is their business, not real estate. Right. So if you hire one of those realtors, they're not really professionals. They have a license, but they don't know what they're doing. What's going to happen when something legal comes up? What's going to happen when they don't have support? What's going to happen when they don't have any knowledge of how to be a professional real estate agent? So here at Ambiance, we have trainings all week long, and we train our agents. We're big on work ethic. We're big on education. We're big on the right mindset, and we're big on self-improvement. and we're big on remaining coachable.
Yeah.
So we're always here learning, improving, and we're practicing real estate.
Right.
We don't focus here on recruiting. We're focused here on learning, on doing, on closing deals, on knowing how real estate works. So
Right.
for me, like my biggest takeaway for you watching this, if you're thinking about buying a house or selling a house, you want to work with a professional real estate agent that actually practices what they're
Real estate,
preaching.
yeah.
Because you end up with one of those realtors that don't close any deals, but they're just recruiters. It's not going to be a good ending for you. So I want to make sure that you guys have a great agent. You guys have a great loan officer, and that's that's my main reason for wanting to have this Ambiance Realty podcast, because we waited so long because we wanted to be big. We wanted to be, get to a certain point where we could preach what we teach. And we want you to have an experience that you'll never forget. And remember, when you buy a house, it's like the biggest investment you ever make.
Yeah.
And it could be, if you work with a bad agent or a bad loan officer, you could lose your house. You could lose your deposit.
A lot of
could
money.
end up in a lawsuit. So it's very important to work with the right agent. So that's what we focus here on Ambiance. Ambiance is a service for a lifetime, right?
That's right.
Why is it a service for a lifetime?
Because in my experience, we've done a ton of transactions, him and I. And Too many, yeah. It took us a lot of years to build our book of business, but it starts with one client, and one client will get you to another client, to another client, to another client. And as I always say, word of mouth is the best type of advertising, and so many people drop the ball when they're in escrow. And I'm like, you spent all this time with the client to not service them properly, to basically lose their trust and then lose all credibility before the transaction's over, or when the transaction is over, if you even close a deal. But, for me, it was very important that my clients were informed at all times. Communication is a big missing in the industry. And I really believe, especially first-time buyers, that they need to understand every single milestone and be in communication with their realtor throughout the whole transaction, so that they know that, we're working hard for them, that we're looking for their best interest, because a lot of people work just for their commission. And I 100% believe that the money will always follow. If you focus on helping people, money always follows. That is the law of the universe. It's giving, 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 because when you give, you're going to receive. Whether we like it or not, that's how the world works. So the people that focus on taking, that's why they're always searching for their next client, and they never really build a business, because you mess up every chance you get, and you have one job, and that's to provide amazing customer service so that you are able to make a client, make your client be a client for a lifetime, so that you could service them for a lifetime, But a lot of people, I think, they don't really understand that it's a business. This is a business. It's your business within a company. The more your business grows, the more the company grows, But real estate is a never-ending game. You got to keep becoming a master at the craft, because laws change, rules change, documents change. So at all times, you have to be learning, so that you properly know how to, handle a transaction, how to negotiate, what to negotiate. And that's how you do it.
And so if you're looking for a realtor to either sell or buy, then DM us Ambiance. DM us Ambiance below, comment Ambiance, or DM us Ambiance, and we're going to reach out to you. Now, if you're a realtor and you want to come, like maybe you don't have an office, maybe you don't get training, maybe you're being trained on recruiting instead of producing, and you want to work with people here that you want to come see the culture, the environment, and you want to be around other producers, then reach out to us. DM us also Ambiance, or comment Ambiance, but DM us your license and you're invited. And if you're watching this on time here on Instagram, you're invited to the company potluck. We're having a company Thanksgiving potluck tomorrow. And that's a good opportunity to come and meet us, come and meet our people. We have a lot of quality individuals here, only quality people here, and come spend some time with us and see what Ambiance is all about. Now, if you're watching this right now in English, we're going to do it again in Spanish. And we're going to do this every week. And we're going to bring you more information. And you'll probably won't see me a lot here for Ambiance because I'm on the other side with mortgage guys.
TMG.
But you're going to see this pretty lady here with maybe another pretty lady or one of the guys here for Ambiance Realty.
Yeah.
And they're going to be going over scenarios that are going on the daily.
Right.
Because remember, we are focused on helping you, on practicing real estate and through practicing, helping you buy a house, sell a house, but actively. Like we're not here to talk about how do you recruit other people. We're here to give you actual information and value on real estate. Like how do you buy real estate? How do you sell it? Is it a good deal? We are a true real estate brokerage. So stay tuned. We'll see you next week and we'll see you in a bit in Spanish. See you guys.
Looking forward to being with you guys.